It's my pleasure to meet you all in this new video. Today we will learn the textual comprehension, grammar and vocabulary of the Unit 8 of the 9th Standard English textbook, SSC Board, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. On to Part A, the accidental tourist. Answer the following questions. The first one, how did the card of the British Airways frequent flyer program trouble the narrator? He kept the card in a carry-on bag. The zip of that bag got jammed. So he pulled on it and it gave away, and all the things in it fell all over in the airport, making a mess. He gashed his fingers on the zip. In this way, it troubled him. So because of that card, he had to face this situation. He hurt his finger as well as he had a mess all around, throwing all the things in the bag all over in the airport. On to the second question. The narrator's wife looked at him with an expression of wonder. What might the reason be? It might be because she was wondering how the narrator managed to travel frequently, creating such a mess all around. So she was very much surprised or shocked to see the narrator in such a troublesome situation, and she was wondering how he managed to travel every now and then. On to the third question. The narrator lamented that he had met with many catastrophes in his travel. Lamented means feeling bad about, feeling sad about. That is called lamented. Catastrophe means a troublesome situation. What were they? Do you think they were real catastrophes? So we see many occasions where the narrator tells that he has behaved in a very silly way, in a very crazy way. So we will mention a few of them. Here we go. Once he found himself in a crash position when he leaned to tie his shoelace. On another occasion, he knocked soft drinks onto the lap of a lady sitting beside him. At another instance, he had stained his entire mouth with the ink which had leaked from his pen. And now, were they real catastrophes? No, they were not real catastrophes. They were just some accidental incidents. On to the fourth question. How did the narrator free himself from the crash position? That is, when he bent to tie the shoelace and someone made the seat in a straight position, he went to the crash position. How did he come out of that situation? He managed to free himself by clawing the leg of the man sitting beside him. Clawing means holding. By holding the passenger next to him, he came out of the situation. He was freed from the crash position. On to the fifth question. Do you think the narrator's hands were like some cheap prop? If yes, what made you think so? Yes, I think his hands were like some cheap prop. What made you think so? The way he dropped the drink again and again made me think so. On to the sixth question. Why did the narrator's wife say to the children, "Take the lids off the food for daddy"? His wife felt that he would spill the food on the table. In order to avoid such an embarrassing situation, she asked the children to take the lids off the food for him. This will even save the laundry bills. On to the seventh question. Did the narrator do all the awkward things intentionally or accidentally? Intentionally means wantedly. Accidentally means by mistake. Give your reasons. The narrator did all the awkward things accidentally. He thinks of avoiding them, but his forgetful nature and absent-mindedness made him land into such an undesirable situation. On to the eighth question. What kind of person was the narrator? How can you justify your opinion? The narrator is a forgetful person. He finds it difficult to live in the real world. He lives in an imaginary world. He is childish in his behavior. How can you justify your opinion? The way he ends up doing silly things proves this. On to the second bit. Here is a list of actions in the story. Put a tick against the actions performed by the narrator. Here I have made the actions which were done by the narrator in the green color. Rest of them I have left in the red color. So only the green ones first I will tell whatever the narrator had done. Yanked the bag zip. Yes, he pulled the bag zip. Gashed finger on the zip. Yeah, he got his finger hurt on the zip. Tied a shoelace. Yes, he tied the shoelace and he found himself in a crash position. Knocked a soft drink. Yes, he spilled the soft drink onto the lady sitting beside him. Now on to the ones which were not done by him. That is, clawed the leg of a woman. No, it was not the leg of a woman. It was the leg of a man. Sucked the end of a pencil. No, it was the end of a pen. Ate tobacco. No, he did not eat tobacco. Stored letters. No, they were just documents and some other newspaper cuttings only. Leaned back in the plane. No, he leaned forward in the plane. Presented a photo. No, that did not happen. On to the vocabulary part. Here we see the word outstanding, which is formed by two words, out and standing, and it forms out a completely different word that is called the compound word. Outstanding means very important. Prepare a list of 5 such words and find their meanings with the help of a dictionary. Newspaper. Newspaper means a paper containing news. Notebook. A book used to note down. Dumbstruck. Dumbstruck means unable to speak because of shock. Carry-on bag. A bag used to carry. Shoelace. A string used to tighten the shoe. On to some of the homonyms. Homonyms means the spelling is the same, the pronunciation is the same, but the meanings are different. Here is a list of words. Use them in sentences to give 2 different meanings. Fair. Fair means just or the right way. The example is, we had a fair election without any cheating or something. That is called fair election. Fair. Fair also means marketplace set on temporarily during festivals or special occasions. Example, we get many handicrafts in the village fair. The second sentence, second word, bank. Bank means a place to save money. I have deposited some money in the bank. And bank also means edge of the river. The Krishna river bank is very fertile. On to the third word is left. Left means went away from a place. Example, as soon as he finished his exam, he left the hall. Left also means the side opposite to the right hand side. He writes with his left hand. On to the next word, saw. Saw means looked or glanced. I saw you playing in the ground yesterday. Saw also means a tool used to cut trees. The saw is too sharp to be handled by common people. Only the people who are trained in it can handle the saw. On to the next word, that is bear. Bear means able to accept or tolerate. Example, our father cannot bear indiscipline anywhere. Bear also means an animal. The bear is a wild animal. Or the bears hibernate during winter. On to the next word, right. Right means correct. The example, though it is difficult to do the right thing, Do it for your own good. Right also means authorized to claim something, having the authority to claim something. Example, every child has the right to be educated. On to the next word, that is interest. Interest means extra money charged for some money borrowed or lent. Example, he lent me 1,000 rupees and charged an interest of 100 rupees on it. Interest also means feeling like learning or knowing more and more. I have a lot of interest in politics. On to the next word, like. Like means similar. We are like brothers. Like also means fond of. I like watching cartoon shows. On to the next word, can. Can means able to. I can cook. Can also means a container. The water can is very heavy. On to the next word, row. Row means line or queue. The last row students enjoyed the show very much. Row also means move a boat. We use an oar to row the boat. On to the 11th one, the word is minute. Minute means 60 seconds make a minute. Example, it took 15 minutes to reach there. Minute also means main points of a meeting. The secretary recorded the minutes of the meeting. On to the next one, second. Second means after first. The next one after the first is second. Example, Sherpa is the second person to climb the Mount Everest. Second also means the part of time. That is, he answered within 60 seconds, the unit of time. On to the next bit. Here are a few other sound words. Find out their meanings with the help of a dictionary. Babble. Babble means a sound of many people talking at a time. Bark. Bark means sound of a dog or shouting arrogantly. Groan. Groan means a long deep sound of pain. Grumble. Grumble means to complain about someone or something in an unclear way. Moan. Moan means long deep sound of unhappiness or suffering. Mumble. Mumble means speak unclearly, showing anger towards someone. Murmur. Murmur means speak in indistinct way, which is unclear and shows annoyance. Annoyance means anger. Mutter. Mutter means say something in a low voice to show irritation. Shout. Shout means utter a loud cry expressing strong emotions. Shriek. Shriek means a sharp, shrill sound shouting in pain or fear. Whisper. Whisper means speak softly to share a secret. On to the grammar part. Today's aspect is passive voice, wherein the object gets much preference than the doer, or the action done is given much preference than the one who does it. Now pick out the sentences in the passive voice from the text. The accidental tourist. The zip on the bag was jammed. English money was extravagantly ejected. When the food is delivered, my wife says, take the lids of the food for daddy. Here, was jammed, was extravagantly ejected, is delivered. These all show passive voice. Here are some sentences in the passive voice. Read them carefully and say which domain they belong to. One has been done for you. Tendulkar has been caught. This belongs to cricket commentary. Patrons are asked not to smoke. Requested during parties or gatherings. Our planet is wrapped in a mass of gases. Science labs or planetarium. The news is read by Pragati. For the news bulletin. Examinations have been postponed. Schools, colleges, educational institutions and websites. The suspect has been acquitted of the charge. Acquitted means told that there is no fault in them. That is called acquitting. Acquitted of the charge. That is the judgment in the court. On to the part B. Father returning home. On to the first question. Is the father comfortable on the train? No, the father is not comfortable in the train. On to the second question. What does the dress of the father indicate? The dress of the father indicates that he is not conscious about his appearance. He is tired and exhausted. On to the third question. A word dropped from a long sentence. What does it refer to? It refers to the father getting off from the train, indicating a word removed from a sentence. As and how a sentence is incomplete without a word, so is the train incomplete without the father. Even though many people are traveling in the train, without him the train is incomplete. On to the fourth question. How can you say that the father is in a hurry to go home? We can say that the father is in a hurry to go home by the manner in which he walks along the railway tracks and immediately enters a home and keeps his pace high all the time, least bothered about the monsoon or the slush created by the rain. On to the fifth question. What might be the contemplation of the father in the toilet? The father might have been interpreting things in his own way, unaffected by the ways and norms of the world. This means he is building his understanding in an original way, disregarding the ways of the world. On to the sixth question. What image do you get from the line, a few droplets cling to the graying hairs on his wrists? It means the father has been so strict that his own children are not close to him. Thus, he enjoys the companionship of the little droplets clinging to his hair. This shows his longing to be close to his children. On to the seventh question. Why is the father thinking of nomads? As no one in the family is close to him, he keeps thinking of the past and the future, especially the evolution of human civilization, and turns philosophical at times. On to part C, Kathmandu. The first question. What is the belief at Pasupatinath temple about the end of Kali Yuga? People believe that once the shrine emerges fully, the goddess inside will escape and the evil period of Kali Yuga will end on earth. On to the second question. Why couldn't the narrator tear himself away from the square? The flute music was so fascinating that he felt it almost impossible to go away from the square. On to the third question. Compare and contrast the atmosphere in and around Baudhanath shrine with Pasupatinath temple. At the Baudhanath shrine there was complete silence, whereas near the Pasupatinath temple it was noisy. There is a lot of crowd at Pashupatinath temple, but there is not much crowd in Bauddhanath shrine. Only Hindus are allowed in Pashupatinath temple, whereas there are no conditions as such in the Bauddhanath shrine. On to the fourth question. Do you want to visit the places like Kathmandu? Why? Yes, I want to visit the places like Kathmandu because the travel charges are quite affordable and I wish to enjoy the scenic beauty of Nepal and the ice-capped Himalayan mountain ranges in Nepal. Hope this session was useful to you in comprehending the lessons. Hope you will click the like button, subscribe and share with your friends. Thus, we can conclude with the textual comprehension, grammar and vocabulary of the 8th unit. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.